Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you don't just want a low price, you want the lowest price. And with our lowest price guarantee, you can count on us for competitive prices on all your home improvement projects. If you find a qualifying lower price somewhere else on the same item, we'll match it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Price match applies the same item. Current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
Ready to make a real impact every day? Join the Active Day Home Care team and help clients maintain their independence in the comfort of their own homes. Make a difference in someone's life as you provide essential daily assistance and protect their health and happiness. Earn up to $20 an hour and enjoy additional perks like optional daily pay, 401k, paid time off, ongoing educational training, and more. Join a team that values care, compassion, and your professional growth. Visit activeday.com to apply.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Married at First Sight Season 12 recap here on Jaden XD.
It's so weird to not sing when we open the show.
I know.
Because I be forgetting this is a main show and not a Patreon show.
Yeah. I know. But, I mean, we could do a song.
No. There's enough of that going around. But...
Right. What are your initial thoughts about this episode before we dive in?
My initial thoughts are we're gonna get to hashtag blessed. We already know, so you all we're coming. It's coming. My intuition is spot the fuck on because you know everything that I felt about Miro is going right on track.
Okay.
You know, AccuWeather has some serious issues, and while not Mila Kunis has a drinking problem, she not dumb.
No.
She recognizes a few orange flag. Wait, let's get into it. What are your initial thoughts? What are your initial thoughts? I'm trying not to give too much.
My initial thoughts were I'm beginning to like people that I didn't think I would like before.
Yeah, or at least, tolerate them.
Yes, because I used to hate everybody on this cast. Mm-hmm. Well, not equally, but, there's some more, some others. But the people that I used to hate, I hate a little less. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Like Rom-Com. I don't hate her.
No, I don't hate her. Yeah. I mean,
she just has issues. So let's dive in, right? We're at day 18 of the merge. Mm-hmm. We have 5.5 weeks left. Mm-hmm. So we open the episode, not Heather Headley and not Miro are flirting, just being cute and all that. And, AccuWeather is on a work trip. Mm-hmm. Although I wanted to know what date that was at when he was in the District of Columbia, because if it was January,
my nigga, that is one of my notes. I said, well, there is the monument in the background. Is that what I'm seeing there? I believe so. I said, now, I know this is a panty. Mm-hmm. You ain't got no lips. I am putting two and two together.
Yeah.
You look like you belong in the space in which you were.
Listen, Chris Rogers and I were talking yesterday. We have to ask people, where were you on January 6th?
It was because it was too quiet around that Capitol around that time. I said, were you one of the organizers?
Okay.
I did. Oh, no, I'll get to it later because my thoughts are all over the place because I also had to make sure that in taking notes, I had to watch so I could make notes of certain things because there are notes of certain things that you have to see.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Anyway, but yes, I definitely was like, oh, that nigga was at the Capitol.
Yeah. Listen, ask your coworkers, ask people, where were you on January 6th?
Mm-hmm. That's why
and
she
if they
looked so
say
worried
that they
and
were
sad.
if they were on vacation and they, just
where?
Raise one eyebrow.
Where'd you go to vacation? They're like, you asking me a lot of questions.
Right. So, and we're doing the montage shit still. Anderson .Paak is wearing tight pants as usual.
Yeah. Oh. I said, Alfred and Anderson Graham Cracker. Oh no, I said Anderson Graham Cracker continues to wear clothes that accentuate his BBW figure.
Yes. Yes.
Very curvy.
Yes. Mama's voluptuous.
Mama is voluptuous, curvy. Okay, it's like this is the size of a real woman.
She don't gotta wear pants on the runway.
You better give me size 12, 14 realness, queen.
Okay. You know, another montage. It's clear that the blacks aren't living together. You know, Paige is, you know, getting herself together because she got someplace to go.
They're shady with that anyway, because Pastor Cal be like, in the little things, he'd be like, 4 out of our 5 couples have been living together for this. I'm like, shut the, what? Y'all know you don't have to do that.
What pastor or church, what church is he the pastor of?
Questions that need answers.
Right.
Let me see. Hold on. Pastor Cal. I feel like y'all be throwing that pastor around the same way niggas like Umar be throwing around doctor.
Right.
Pastor Cal married at first sight. Let me see. Church.
Ain't Nan. Watch.
Is Pastor Cal a real pastor? Questions that need answers.
Well,
Okay.
while you're Googling that,
I'm just interested now. Keep going.
Oh, okay. Rom-com is with her hater-ass friends, Lauren and Carolyn. And they're recapping the housewarming from last week. And, you know, Lauren, the one with the shoulders, she was like, you know, I really got to know evil villain, and he's not that bad of a guy. They're telling her friend,
terrible
like,
friends. They're actually, I'm actually very shocked at how honest and like, you know what I'm saying? They just kind of call it out, and I appreciate it.
yeah, they drag her every week, and I appreciate that. You need friends like that.
And you need white women to hold other white women accountable. Now, if they hold her accountable in the other area, I don't know yet. But
again, they live in Georgia. I don't know.
I know it's really hard to tell, friend, because I learn new things. But anyway,
right. So here's where shit gets shady. So Rom-com says to the girls that, to the dolls, that the girls and dolls, it comes up
they're
again.
They're different.
Yeah, she says to the girls,
To the dolls.
oh yeah, to the dolls, you know, we're doing pretty good. However, last night, and they always kill me when they're like, oh, we're good, but last night, which means no, because the night before something cataclysmic happened.
It's always them though. I'm like, why do y'all always have the drama in the night vision?
Right.
Always,
Right.
like,
It's always when the producers and cameras leave.
always where we got to look at them green and black and white.
Right. I need Technicolor.
Thank you. And real audio, bitch. Give me a boom
Yeah.
mic.
Okay, Dolby.
Sure.
So, he asks her if she is physically attracted to him.
Bitch, that bitch said, I don't know right now.
In my notes, I have IDKRA.
I was like, what kind of response? I mean, I appreciate the honesty, but goddamn.
She also has had sex with somebody she's not attracted to, just like she thought. Chris had this, or hashtag Bless had the same issue. If I
I
have
thought
sex
you were
with
saying
this person,
just like all of us. I'm sorry.
well, yeah.
Yeah, we've all had a
they've-
couple DNCs.
Yeah, exactly. You know, we do things for, you know, the Red Cross.
Yeah.
So, call me Florence Nightingale, girl. But
Please. So, please. Oh God. Oh, that
Anyway.
one regretful moment where you wake up and or not even wake up because I ain't sleeping next to you, but you just come to and be like, ooh, why? You just be cussing yourself out.
Yeah.
Why did I do that?
Or like in the middle of it, and you look
Yes,
up, and
you-
all of a sudden you do like that Jenny prayer.
Yes.
Please God, make me a bird so I
But
can
far away from here. Or in the words of that wonderful meme I told you that keeps passing around, you ever been laid up with a nigga and think to yourself, this is the last time I'm gonna be here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Many
Like,
times.
well, I'm good.
I am tired of the smell of wine flavored Black and Milds, nigga.
Okay.
I'm ready to go.
I need to loose myself.
Okay, I got to elevate.
Okay. So,
There's a nigga out there with a UPS job waiting for me.
okay. Getting my Boaz in brown shorts.
Give me that holiday bonus, nigga. But anyway,
Okay. Yeah, she says that the Vegas trip is what she was like, yeah, I was kinda, and then when he, accused her of sneaking out and dipping on him, which she did, she became unattracted to him because she got caught in a lie.
and still hasn't taken accountability for it.
Not at all. But anywho, we move right along to Anderson .Paak and Offred. I really like her.
I do like
Yeah, and I do feel like she too has gotten a shitty end of the stick.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can tell.
So right. So they're on a date and they're playing with Play-Doh and shit, you know what I mean? Like she's understanding that they're very different, but she's trying,
She seems like a channel and decompress through crafts ass bitch. Like it just seems like her happy place.
right. So, there's nothing wrong with crafting. I
Nah.
too like to craft.
Yeah, I'm not a
not
crafty
in the
bitch.
homosexual sense,
Oh my
But-
god.
but in the decoupage kind of way.
I seen a tweet the other day about them new Amazon supermarkets. Don't do it, y'all. They put microchips in the food. But somebody was like, this ain't gonna work for me. I like to steal.
Yeah. Big booty. Anywho, so he's going on some tangent in his confessional about how it's important to get to know each other's personalities and blah blah blah.
He's also a perfectionist. So basically what he told us is, I know how to suck the fun out of everything. That's what I got.
That's exactly what happened because he does that throughout the entire episode.
This nigga starts taking a ruler, measuring the top of the cup, scraping the this and the that. I understand wanting to do a
mean-
good job, but goddamn, we ain't getting graded on this nigga.
Right. I mean, his cup was cute,
It
but
was
hers
cute.
was
It was
cuter.
it was
though.
VV cute.
I like her big cup with the. It was very like 90s.
My
I know
cup
she keep
was-
Franzia in there.
My comment was very controversial and probably too
Oh,
brave.
boy.
So I was like, oh,
Well,
look
what's the clean version of it then?
Ooh, I don't know if there is one.
Listen, if I can find one.
Okay. Okay, let's see. All right, Jade, channel your inner PC. It looks like. Damn, too brave. She does arts and crafts. As it's one of the things that she's been given as a task. To kind of keep herself busy. So that. No, I can't do it.
Oh, I got it.
I can't do it.
It's like a fidget spinner
Yeah.
to keep from. Yeah.
Yeah, or like she's not allowed to have soda cans. I don't.
I got it. Got it.
I don't- just keep going.
Yeah. But yeah, the cup, yeah, that's what the cupcake. But I got it. But you know, he talks about no. She asked like, "Oh, where's the craft room gonna be in his house?" And he was like, "Oh, I have thought about that actually." And I was like, everybody thought like the world, and she was like, "Oh, well, where?" He said the garage.
Yes, sir.
And in my head, I was like, I feel like, girl, that's where all your shit gonna be.
Absolutely. She goes, well, what about a she shed, nigga? Can you build me a shed, nigga? Can I have a piece? Can I have some more, please?
Like, can I please have some more?
So, and she's like, this is exactly what I was concerned about in moving into his home. It is not our home, and I have been put in a situation where I have not been made to feel like it is a shared space before. So then they start talking about like her work schedule and how often she generally is leaving. And she says, she's like, well, before, you know, things were like this pre-pandemic, she's like, I was flying every week, sometimes once a month. And you can see him processing and calculating and figuring out how that's going to work within they're trying to build a life together.
And in my head, I'm like, you like your alone time so much that you would think that this would be beneficial for you.
That happened a few times this episode, but
Yeah, something's not clicking with him, and I don't know if it's the chemical that he uses for his hair, you know what I mean, or if
nigga,
it's
that
his
ain't nothing but a
pre-workout
jar of Mazzani, okay?
or his pre-workout that he drink like
Something
before
is
he goes to the gym 3
something is
times a week
amiss.
or a day.
Or,
yeah,
or
I
his
don't
heart
know.
chakra is detached. Not quite sure, but
Yeah.
something is off.
Yeah. Let's take a break.
Yes.
And we'll be back right after these messages. This is the blackest show about nothing.
This is Jade and XD. I'm Jade.
And I'm XD.
The show is two best friends talking about anything and everything.
And sometimes we have awesome people on, like Crystal and Kid Fury from The Read.
When I was in high school, there was this girl in my computers class with me. I wish I could remember her name so I could apologize. But I just used to call her Atrocious, like, as, you know, a pet name because... Hey, Atrocious! Being someone who was constantly the butt of a joke or picked on or whatever, I just saw this opportunity to, like, make fun of somebody else, and I did it.
Somebody needs to do a study into silver teeth and the link between, like,
The
silver tooth to prison pipeline.
Yeah. Silver Tooth to Prison Pipeline.
And New York Times bestselling author Michael Arsenault.
And Mama kept trying to interject at any moment that she could sing, and it was like, beloved, you're not even the best singer on stage. The girl from Destiny's Child is with the platinum solo album. It's like, not you.
And of course, there's us,
Jade.
and XD.
You can listen to new podcast episodes every week on Fridays
Listen to Jade and XD.
for free on Spotify.
All right, we're back talking about Married at First Sight, season 12. Yeah, so, Black Christian Weave Lady links up with Darren's Dance Grooves. Now, yes, we have seen the tweets and the postings.
Yes, we have.
From #blessed, you know, cursing out Darren's Dance Grooves for, you know, not stay out of women's business, but, you know, it's cool. So, apparently, Pastor Darren's Dance Grooves reached out to her because of the disturbing news that he heard. That's strange. Like, how you're not even really a part of the show. Like, you don't have really anything to do with this N-word. You know what I mean? It's very strange. So he meets up with her at some coffee shop wearing all orange. And, you know, he didn't really have an idea outside of what was told to him. So she told him about him going to Chicago right from Vegas, and he had no idea. And then it turns into him preaching to her. He says, a man who is double-headed, something.
Oh, I'll tell you. He said, because I had to quote it, and he put on that pastor voice. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was like, okay. And I wrote, like, he talks like a preacher because he has the same cadence. He talked just like every last one of them.
I don't know what it is with those S's where they add an H to them, but they think they sound better when they say unstable in all his ways. And I'm like,
yeah.
What? Do y'all think Moses talk like what is it? Why do you do this?
Rich uppity people do that too.
They do.
Yeah.
Or like when they be twisted their mouth up when they talk a lot. They're like, oh my God, did you see this wine? I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Where the fuck? Why does your mouth do that?
Like, what is right? Where did you learn how to speak like that? Speak normal. Did you have a stroke?
Kidding? Oh gosh.
Right. Like, did you have a stroke, girl?
Check your left side. So
right. Tap 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 in.
tap, tap, tap. So he's concerned with #blessed behavior and tells her he doesn't think he was ready to get married, right? And then said, this has been a pattern. She's like, what you mean? He's like, well, when I first met him years ago, he was engaged. She's like, skirt. Wait a minute, rewind, nigga. What you mean? To the girl, to who I met, right? Mercedes. He's like, no. This was somebody else. And then, that wasn't really it. And then, there was this. And, he was young and always had a desire to be married.
Yeah. So here's my thing, right? They keep saying, like, and this is a problem that rom-com has, like, shit was so long ago, 7 years. 7 years ain't that long ago.
When you're 26!
Right. So I'm like, when he was like, oh, that was years ago when I met him, in my head, I'm like, he probably wouldn't get married until he's in his early 20s at least. And that nigga's only 27, 28. So you ain't known him for that,
He's a church nigga. So I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not all the way surprised.
But my also thing is, you in the last 7 years, you have been engaged twice and married once.
Mm-hmm.
That's very celebrity of him.
Yes. Yes, it is. It is. Or native Charles Manson. But this is where Dance Grooves lost me. Cause he's like,
this is where he lost
no,
you?
no, this is where he bigly lost me, nigga. Like I don't even see your lights.
Okay.
I can't follow you no more at all, period.
Okay.
Cause he said, even with all of this, he was like, I thought this process would work. I thought that you would be a good fit for him and you all would have a successful relationship, and you're such a good woman, Savannah. And I feel like he made this decision too quick. And the relation, she's like, Dance Grooves, this relationship don't serve me anymore.
Right.
She's did the fool me once analogy, and he asked her if she was down to give it another shot, if #blessed wanted to give it another shot. What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? Why do you all keep trying to wrangle this lady, even though she does it to herself as well? But why are you all assisting and wrangling this lady in the direction of this raggedy ass nigga?
You know what it is? It's that damn, I told you, they just need to not go.
It's that they are indoctrinated boots. Like, and it's not a diss to anybody's spirituality, but it's like you're so you think this shit is so right. You're willing to let go and
Compromise
sway
your mental health.
for the sake, because this is ordained. This is what it's. I am taking this as a sign. This is a sign from God. You sound
Right.
crazy.
Right.
You sound wild right now. Cause this nigga is playing all over your face, everybody's face, Mercedes' face. He playing all over this goddamn show. And the minute that he smiles and them greasy ass bubble cheeks get to flaring up, she just And then it don't
Right.
help that you got pastors, which are people that she respects, who say, well, what about if circumstances were to shift a little bit? Would you be down to compromise everything you know and love to be? Would you be willing to give up yourself to be with this raggedy ass nigga?
Right.
I wish I would just ask like that.
Right.
Like, that's what I wish.
Yeah, and I also feel like, well, we'll see. Let's finish the episode because this comes
So
up.
for the people who don't know, because yes, we know, but for the people who don't know,
Oh yes, Darren's Dance Grooves.
so
And,
this is what #Bless posted on his Instagram story. First of all, his first post was where you post words, but then he put a song on it. And it was Rick Ross, "The Devil Is a Lie." Ain't nothing like a gossiping pastor, okay? Then he says, oh, and by the way, Paige told me that you tried to hook your other friend up with her, but she said no. You keep it real though, huh? Hey, Dwight, can you stop drawing your lining on with a permanent marker or Beijing, and call me.
Yeah.
I am blocked. I want coffee too. LOL. You haven't called me in a while. LOL. You said so much that you didn't tell me in person. Please call me and unblock me. He also said, but before that, #Bless went on another rant where he said, I want to be crystal clear. I called you and told you that I may have still been in love with her 2 weeks before the big day and I wanted to drop out, but was unsure due to my legal obligation. You said it's just the devil and this process was God ordained. I'm about sick of that word. You were the right person I called when I found out about the pregnancy, but then you told me that she was lying and not to believe her even though you had never met her. I knew her and knew she wouldn't do that, so I waited for the confirmation and it was confirmed. What's funny is you and your wife offered to participate in the reconciliation process of Mercedes and I months before the wedding. You were never my pastor. You were my friend who filled in last minute to officiate. You know I wasn't mad because you mentioned a diamond metaphor. I was mad at the hour-long conversation that people don't know about where you said some stuff that was disrespectful. You totally switched up on camera. You know the truth. I was upset because what you said during the diamond convo was different from our phone convos and you flipped. I shut down because I didn't want to say something disrespectful, which is what it would have led to. I'd rather have done that off camera because brothers fight and make up. After seeing everything and the deception, knowing you know the depths of everything beyond what people know or what has been seen is mind-boggling. You are fake and a clown, and the fact that you are playing into a fake illusion is sad.
I mean, I see that.
Oh, they all trash.
I don't.
Let's be clear.
Yeah, I don't.
They
I
all
don't see anything outside of that being wrong. You know what I mean? Like Pastor Darren's Dance Grooves gives snakes, so you know he's still got a curl. So you know.
It is stomp the yard. I can't trust anything you say.
Like I know the roof of his car has got mad stains on it. You know what I mean?
No, he's too bougie for that. He's too bougie for that. Now,
Maybe.
a nigga named Mikael. I can't say the same.
Young Freddie Jackson.
You are my lady.
Alive. Oh,
And more.
and in this conversation with him, she tells us or tells him that hashtag bless gave him like a Phaedra type timeline situation about how the baby, the sonogram, and I don't know how people how uteruses work, but I just know the timeline wasn't right, and so she don't think old girl is pregnant. Which, if this is the case and you believe that, Paige, spoiler alert, because I'm about to tell you what happens at the end of the episode, then why the fuck?
Nope, wait on it. But what I will tell you is I did read, as I continue to do my Googles, that hashtag bless and Mercedes, should I say, Mercedes allegedly. Mercedes Bernice Braxton. Allegedly suffered a miscarriage is what he announced on his Instagram. And I don't want to be insensitive to.
So wait a minute.
This was 18 hours ago.
So nope. Nope.
So yeah, so basically what I was reading is that they went to Cancun apparently last year. Some pictures came out of them vacationing together. And then, fast forward, August 2020. So that's when they were in Vegas and all of that was going down. So that was August of last year. He says, August 2020, I found out some of the greatest news I'd ever heard. I would be a dad. Even though this was the case, it was unfortunate given certain circumstances. I just wanted to be the best dad I could. So there was that, and, blah, blah, blah. He tells her that's in August. He claims that he and Mercedes split in May. And then he posted on October 28th, 2020, we rushed her to the hospital because I wasn't the husband. I couldn't go to the room due to COVID. But after a time, I managed to get to the back. When I got there, I was met with cold silence. And that's when she had allegedly suffered a miscarriage.
So, okay. I have a lot of questions. That makes up more questions, but I need to figure out how to ask them. If that makes sense. Because there's still a timeline discrepancy to me.
No, it's not, because he says in the charts.
I think maybe because I need to see when they were filming.
Yeah, that's what. Well, so they were filming. So all of that happened in August. So they were filming in Vegas in August. She got her pregnancy results from the doctor on August 31st. And then apparently all the paperwork regarding the miscarriage on October 28th. So the timeline is actually about right. The timeline that's off is how long the two of them were dealing with one another.
Okay.
Is what I'm gathering.
Okay. Let's move on to day 19 of marriage.
Yes.
So AccuWeather and Mila Kunis are off golfing, and of course she's drinking because why wouldn't she?
Yes, and she's in her Lululemon's finest, and he looks like an algebra teacher. It's really weird.
And they both suck at golf, but it's been a while since they've actually seen each other because he was flying. If you didn't know, if you don't watch the show, he's a pilot, so he's gone at half of the month.
Yes.
And I don't understand also why she's complaining, because I figured half the month she's out drinking with her friends.
That is what I thought. However, she says that she didn't love the level of communication they had while he was gone. She's like, I got a text here and there.
But I also feel like, because she tried to do this thing like, well, you always want me to check in all the time. But also, like, he's at work. You know where that nigga is.
He can't text
is.
you while he is flying that plane.
And if he is, that's concerning for both him and you.
I want to know what airline he works for.
Okay? Listen, look, when you pay attention to the pilot
You
in a
know
couple
what?
weeks.
What airline?
I'm sure Reddit has that whole information. Oh. Wait, totally pause. Let's talk about. Let's wait till we get to a commercial break because I have
Okay.
something else to tell you.
Okay.
But they're talking about not spending enough time with one another, and he flat out says, it's my job. I don't know what else to tell you. And it's like, yes, but there's another way you could have said that. But they continue on, drinking Foster's Australia for beer, and they continue, golfing and being bad at it and awkward and white. Because there's a lot of awkward white moments in this episode.
Oh, hold on. He works
found
for
it?
Delta.
That makes sense because he lived in Atlanta.
And do you know what his salary is around about? $187,000 a year.
Really? That explains why his family is the way it is. They give me uppity Southern Charmed on Bravo kind of situation.
Definitely former slave owners, for certain.
Yeah, they're all, I'm sure, it's a lineage of pilots.
Yeah, and
You
they're like
know.
but they started off. But before they were pilots, they drove the wagons. It evolved boats. And they were like the kind who thought they were nice to the slaves. So his mom's probably one of them ladies. It's like, Carol Ann, you mind making that delicious cornbread that you made last week? I just loved it so much.
Her favorite line is, "I've always been nice to you people."
Exactly.
She feels Miss Millie was misunderstood in The Color
Exactly
Purple.
what happened. I can't believe you're treating me like this. I taught you how to read. That's what they
Exactly.
give me.
Yeah, they feel misunderstood.
And you know how I know that? Because a few episodes, I'd be paying attention. A few episodes, AccuWeather said in regards to Paige, that girl loves you. So he thought he was saying something nice. I read between them lines. Your family loves an antebellum themed party.
Oh, absolutely. They love it. They stand a mint julep.
Oh, baby.
We should have an episode about racist foods.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm down for that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yes.
Gin, because that is a racist. That is a racist. That is derived from cotton.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
give a shit what you say. That is a racist liquor.
Yeah.
But anywho,
Yeah.
rom-com and evil villain are back, and rom-com brings him a gift. Mama, we don't know what it is yet, but it's 2 bags, and she balled out of control down at the Old Navy.
Bought him clothes so that she can tolerate looking at him.
Yes, which is so interesting because she bought him the same clothes that he already owned.
I also thought the same thing. I said, well, you just excluded the graphic tees. I'm
Yeah.
confused.
Yeah, all you just did was buy him, the $10 sale at Old Navy, which is always a wonderful shout out to the Gap Corporation. We love Old Navy. They great workout clothes for the low.
Oh, yeah. Yes, we do.
And
Sports
but yeah,
bras.
yeah, great performance fleece. Ooh, it's fine.
Yeah.
Old Navy, Old Navy, Old Navy performance fleece. Old Navy performance fleece.
You in the hood now, baby. So
My fave. I forgot RuPaul's Old Navy commercial. Mama had a campaign in 2020.
Oh, did.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! That fracker makes money. That mother fracker makes
Okay.
money.
Baroness of Oil.
Okay. Mother
You wear it
fracker.
well. Call me Fracker.
Ms. Fracker.
Okay. instead of peanut butter, it's oil drilling. Oil.
Drill it. Oil, drill it.
Okay.
sorry, I'm
Made
sorry.
at first sight.
Yes.
Drag is just so fun.
It's fun.
So, like we said, she balled out of control down at the TJ Maxx because she's a Maxxinista.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, they're also drinking.
Yeah. They're
I
just a
did
quieter
point-
version of
Yes.
Yeah.
They're just a more subdued version.
which is fine by me because she don't need to announce it at every given moment. She's not like, you want to have a drink? She just puts it in a cozy and, you know, goes on about her business.
Yeah, they just had a hard seltzer. You know, it's cool.
I
It's
saw
very
that
cash.
White Claw.
Yeah, very cash.
Yeah.
I appreciate their drinking.
Yes.
So he gives a little fashion show. The song is a bop. I need to Shazam it. The little runway. I was like, oh, this is the tune.
I
sure
do pay
was
lots
like-
more attention to their epic sounds for certain.
Yeah. I was like, it's nice. Sounds like Jesse Powell got a job. So
we should
it's
do one day.
cool.
We need to do like a royalty free playlist.
Yeah. Can't get us now.
Oh man. So she asked it. So he's like kind of I guess shocked. He has no emotion. So or range of emotion. So she's like, "Well, has nobody ever bought you clothes before?" He's like, "Birthdays and Christmas and birthday.
Yeah.
I thank you. But I don't know if, you know, this is going to develop past a friendship."
Yeah.
I understand that she's a hard candy to crack. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, but goddamn nigga, you sure know how to squeeze some lemon onto a situation. Like,
But I also feel like I don't know.
they just need to
Well,
break
they're-
up.
They both need therapy
Absolutely.
because Daddy projects a lot.
Boots. Because he went into this nigga spun a whole scenario in his head without communicating. Is that what is this? Yes. So
Yeah, no, that's exactly it.
Yep. So basically what happened is she goes over to Paige's the night before, right? They shit always happens off camera, so they always got to do a recap for us. So she goes over to Black Christian Weave ladies compound or whatever within their village. I don't know what the fuck this is. He said about 9:15, and then they do a little flashback scene where her and Black Christian Weave lady are kikiing over the, you know, whack dick at like midnight 30, right? So she's like, oh, okay, well, you know, I was just kicking it with the homie. He's like, yeah, I didn't know if you were gonna come back. Well, sir, first of all, that was 3 hours, but also
Right. It's not like it was in the middle of like 4 a.m. or whatever.
no. And he was like, well, I just assumed during this time, especially with the struggles that we're having, you would be here trying to get to know me. And she's like, and I thought you'd be tired of trying to get to know each other under these awkward ass circumstances and need a break. Like,
Yeah.
and she's like, I just need you to communicate how you feel. I'm not a fucking mind reader. Because he goes into this whole thing and makes assumptions and doesn't ask her how she felt about the situation or why she did that. And she gets pissed. She's like, I'm sick of your shit.
Again. But again, not really taking accountability.
Nope.
But again, she's just like, you know, nigga, give me space and you don't allow me to have space to process. You want some instantaneous shit, which comes up again. But yeah, they I don't think they need to break up. I just think that they
do need to go to therapy and they need to be with other people. They are not it for one another. He needs to do some work. She needs to do some work. And you know, because now the attraction thing is the main thing now. Well, you don't even know if you're attracted to
Right.
me, so I don't know if this is going to work. Y'all can't spend every day like this. You're not getting to know one another. This is not, this don't work for anybody.
They have hit a wall.
Yeah.
They've hit a wall. But, you know, yeah, he tells her that she's not ready. Like, it all falls apart. Right? So, we move on to the next day. Or, I guess, a couple days later.
Day Twanky.
Yeah. So, we wake up with, you know, AccuWeather and Mila talking about mimosas. Because why else would it they?
They making eggs, and then of course she's like, well, my mimosas are just a splash of OJ. Same,
Right.
but girl.
I also want people who make eggs on camera or at home to, you know, you have to lubricate your pan, like preferably with butter.
They didn't put no
at the
butter in their
bottom.
pan?
No, because it was sticky. Like, you know, people just at least olive oil. You
I'm
know
like,
what I
just
mean?
because
Like
it's a non-stick don't mean you
something.
got to put a little butter in the pan when you're making eggs. Butter's the best thing to
Yeah.
use for eggs, period.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It makes it taste good, and also it makes it fluffier. It's just, butter is just amazing. It's just an amazing, it's not even like a food. It's a tool. It's a utility.
It's a gift from God.
Yeah. I'm about to invest in butter.
Yeah. You know black people came up with butter.
Did we?
I don't know, but I go with it.
I was like, I feel like it was the French, but
Oh, it could be the French too. They do know what they're doing with some cream and some salt.
yeah.
Maybe it was
Yeah,
the French. Maybe it was a French
Yeah.
nigga. Yeah,
We'll go with that. So, everybody in the little commune gets Tyra mail.
She done
Literally
already
what it
done
was.
had hers.
Right. So the Tyra Bell gives them a list of OkCupid questions to ask each other, because it looks like these are all the questions that they would be asked if we weren't in quarantine and they could meet with a therapist.
Yeah.
So they ask about love and yada yada yada, and so AccuWeather talks about him not being able to find love since his last marriage, which was 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah,
And,
3 years ago he got divorced.
Right. And so she's anxious because, you know, she's never had positive experiences around love. Like her mom and daddy got divorced, and I think her daddy got divorced again. And she said the only positive relationship that she's ever experienced is her sister and her partner, because her sister is a lesbian. Which I'm so surprised we have not explored that yet, because remember that AccuWeather is rather conservative.
Yeah, but I'm wondering though if, like, I don't know, maybe he's not that I don't know because
Yeah.
also it's not, maybe she feels like it's not her sister's story to, but then she already said many things that were not her business to say all over the TV.
She told all of her business about her sister. I'm like, well,
did.
then bring her on.
Right, like, we want to see more of them.
Right.
Not you.
Bring the lesbians on. Why don't they have a gay couple? Actually, they don't need no gay couples on this damn show. Oh, God. Can you imagine?
Yes, and I feel like
Absolutely. It'd have to be lesbians.
I do think that they need to
Or-
diversify the. Oh, I hate that word.
It would have to be lesbians. You know why? 'Cause the
they
only way
need
it'll
more
work-
inclusion on the show. They do, but I don't know
do-
how much that's gonna work with a pastor, whatever, unless it's of like a non-denominational,
You know
come
why?
in your jeans, come as you are type of situation.
You know why it wouldn't work?
Why?
With women, if they paired two women together, it would work, because this show requires you to be extremely vulnerable and honest. And men don't have, as myself included, men don't necessarily have the propensity to be that vulnerable and honest to make something like this shit work without having it be some sort of chaotic nightmare.
Well, it depends on how evolved they are as people, because you've got men who
Well-
can be, but I mean, as a whole, no, y'all niggas are weird. But
I know there's like an anomaly. Of course, there's exceptions to every rule.
because
But
men are
because
more sensitive, even though they try to act as if they're not, and men are much more tender, even though they try to act like they're not, and they're much more discombobulated internally, even though they have the nerve to say that we are the emotional, irrational ones. It's just really fascinating in many ways.
Yeah,
Your tropes
exactly.
are wrong.
Right.
Women make the world go round.
Doom, 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 doom.
Hold on. Okay, hold on. That nigga didn't take the trash out today. Neither did he even get paid. I worked all day and took care of the kids. That nigga didn't do nothing but play video games and eat ribs. And that's what makes the world go round.
They said, ooh, women make the world go round. Hey. I'm about to make a remix.
Let's do some remixes. So where we at?
We are still at
yes.
you know, her being
Do you
not
ever
being
need
able-
subtitles when she's talking?
I watch TV with the subtitles on in general, so with
Okay.
closed caption on.
Are the closed captions right when she talks? Because you know how sometimes Tabitha Brown's auto things
Yeah,
don't be catching
yeah.
what she says. Let me can y'all give me a pair of seconds, and then the thing be saying
Yeah.
something weird, peonese. But
No, the words don't always necessarily match with what she's actually saying.
because this
So I
girl,
have to
she's
go
always like,
back
and her thoughts are incomplete, and she's kind of like mushy mouthed, and
It's because she
I
is
know
in
she
a
drunk.
constant
She drunk. She drunk.
right. Mama is cocktailed most of the
Boots.
day.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
You're right.
But no, I agree. I have to really pay attention to what she says.
Yeah, you do.
Her and rom-com. However, rom-com is a little bit more coherent.
Rom-com just talk like she. Okay. Oh, let me say this. Let me say this the right way.
Okay.
Rom-com talks like a lady who got 3 kids and her husband goes to work and all she really has to do is drink wine and take prescribed medication during the day.
Literally a goal of mine. Minus the children.
Oh, what you trying to be doped up on Chardonnay and fucking Xanax?
Yes, girl.
Yeah, what is your
I'm
life?
trying to be a woman who brunches, okay? A woman who goes to lunch. Zooted and booted on a beach, girl.
I'm not mad at it. No judge.
Just finishing my decoupage, you know, arts and crafts, just like a candle in the wind. Like that's what I'm trying to be.
You trying to be kept, okay?
Yeah. Listen.
Boots. You could. Do you care if he cheats on you?
I mean,
See?
everybody has a price.
Okay, yeah, you say
Anybody
that.
can be bought.
You say that, friend.
Anybody can be bought.
So,
That's what Robert E. Lee said.
ancestor to AccuWeather. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
so I hate when he
Anybody can
talks
be
to her
bought.
because he gets passionate, but it's annoying. He's always because
Yeah.
he's like, you know, she gets a little vulnerable as she speaks about her family's history or whatever, and how, you know, not having that healthy example of what a relationship looks like what it's really done to her. And he's like, I have so much respect for you. I just want to I have so much respect for you. And I'm like, You saying the right stuff, but you get on my nerves. So,
Right.
but he is worried that she doesn't realize what she's actually done. Because he's always trying to overtalk her. Like every time she's trying to make her point, he overtalks her. She's like,
Yeah.
at any other point, like at any other relationship, at this point, I would have run by now. But I keep
Yeah.
reminding myself that I'm married. And he's like, "But why the fuck did you do this?" And she's like, you're not listening to what I'm saying. I'm trying to explain to you why this is different. But he does not stop to listen to her when she speaks.
No. Because he feels as though that he's a mentor and not a husband.
Right. And your homeboy already warned you against this, but I'm bored of them. So, Heather Headley and Miro,
Yeah.
you know, they're talking.
I love them. They're my favorite couple. Flaws and all. I love them.
I would love to love them. I love to love you, baby. But I just my intuition keeps kicking up like acid reflux.
Well, so they're going through their Tyra mail. Going, figuring out what the main challenge is for the week. And so they talk about what love is to one another. And she says, I'm the type of person that picks out everyone's flaws. And when I stop picking out their flaws and accept them for who they are, that's when I know I'm in love. And he has a similar response. And she says, she's growing. She's like, I'm in love now, but I am growing in love with you. So she's essentially saying like, we good now, but we're still growing.
Yeah, but they both smitten with each other. They love each other. Like they're like, we love each other. We just, like you said, growing. But they like, we about ready to start saying this shit, huh? Yeah. They are cute. Like their banter is cute. I like his little nigga ass jokes. Like he's like, you feeling bubbly inside? You need to go use the restroom.
That was cute.
I was like, that's love. That's how the household works when you in the insides of it.
Yeah, that was cute.
And then they actually exchange I love yous. They feel ready to do so and laugh and warm moments and lots of Drake playing in the background. And, it's really beautiful to see. It's just that acid reflux.
Yeah. Let's take a break and we'll be back after these messages. This is the blackest show about nothing.
This is Jade and XD. I'm Jade.
And I'm XD.
The show is two best friends talking about anything and everything.
And sometimes we have awesome people on, like Crystal and Kid Fury from The Read.
When I was in high school, there was this girl in my computers class with me. I wish I could remember her name so I could apologize. But I just used to call her Atrocious, as, a pet name, because... Hey, Atrocious! Being someone who was constantly the butt of a joke or picked on or whatever, I just saw this opportunity to, make fun of somebody else, and I did it.
Somebody needs to do a study into silver teeth and the link between
the
silver tooth to prison pipeline.
Silver tooth to prison pipeline.
And New York Times bestselling author Michael Arceneaux.
And Mama kept trying to interject at any moment that she could sing, and it was like, beloved, you're not even the best singer on stage. The girl from Destiny's Child is with the platinum solo album. It's like, not you.
And of course, there's us,
Jade
and XD.
You can listen to new podcast episodes every week on Fridays.
Listen to Jade and XD
for free on Spotify.
And we're back talking about Married at First Sight. Let's get back into it with Anderson, Paak, and Offred. They're still going through their Rue mail. Figuring out what the main challenge is going to be, all that good stuff. And when it comes to all those questions about love, he can't answer them for a myriad of reasons, because he's very uncomfortable either talking about his feelings or because of the fact that he's never been in love with a woman before.
And because he calculates everything. Everything is so like structured and like, just analytical with him. So he doesn't even know how he wants to feel when he's in love. He can't even pinpoint different things that give him that warm feeling.
Yeah, I feel like he's one of those people that are so calculated because he refuses to be hurt.
Yeah.
And all that. So he makes sure and double checks or triple checks all his factors and formulas.
Yeah.
To ensure that he A, doesn't piss people off, or B, his comfort isn't. What did we say he was? He's a Taurus or a Virgo?
I want to say he's a Gemini. Was he a Gemini? Hold on.
Maybe we gotta figure out his moon sign because maybe.
Oh wait, maybe we didn't know. But anyway, keep going.
Okay, well, she thinks it's cute that he's awkward and struggling with it, but she feels like this is gonna be take a minute for him to bring these walls down. And she's unsure how long she's willing to stick around for that. So we go back to rom-com and Evil Villain going through their Tyra mail. And he's never been the romantic type. Evil Villain is, and he's very Lurch-like. He's just large and white. He eats steak and eggs for like every meal. So it's like
gargoyle. He just be peering over the side of the building.
Right. And like you could tell he's a sweet, lovable curmudgeon, but it takes a right kind of person to, get through that. But he's never been the romantic type, and clearly she's a romantic type, and she tells him about her past relationship, and she was on and off with the guy for 5 years, whatever, and had a baby on her.
Yeah.
And you realize that they both have walls up. And so, they're like, okay, we're going to work through this. We're going to try. And then go back to being weird and white.
Yeah. I feel like they're always trying.
Yeah. Well, I will say being in a relationship every day is, yes, you do try. But I feel like they have to try to try.
Yeah, they do. Yes, they do.
Yeah, they have to try, which is wild.
Because she's like, I hate dating, but I want to be married, so I just have
hate
to
people
take
who say that.
Baby steps. What are you talking about right now, bitch?
Like people who say, I want to skip the whole dating, get to know you thing, and just get straight to a relationship.
Oh, okay.
I used to say that shit too, but let me tell you something.
I'm glad you've been delivered from that dumb shit.
Delete all that shit. You need to get to know niggas, okay?
If that's the case, say, I'm the type of bitch who needs a live-in partner. You know what I'm saying? I need somebody to be there with this. I don't feel like doing, but don't be like, I want to be married, but I don't want to date. So, bitch, what do you want?
You need the tedium. You got to get to know this person, this nigga. Again, nigga is non-gender specific.
Right.
Like you need
you talking
to
about
know.
taking baby steps. Bitch, what do you think the fuck dating is?
Right. Right. Oof. They just any damn way.
So in their trying.
Yeah.
On day 21, they decide to throw a pool party at Evil Villain's man-made beach.
Oh yeah, his Fortress of Solitude.
Yes, because baby, we saw the Fortress of Solitude. So
what?
They're trying to lighten things up, and she's like, I just want us to reset and move forward. She ices him. Is this a thing? Because Alfred did this to Graham Cracker in the beginning, where they're iced and they got to get down on one knee and guzzle a whatever the fuck, a wine cooler. Do they still make wine coolers?
Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, they do make wine coolers because they sell it at the gas station by my house.
What is this icing? What does this mean?
I think it's because it's like smearing off ice and you have to chug it while you're kneeling.
Is this a TikTok challenge?
I don't really bother myself with the activities of the Gen Zs. So I don't really know. Or I don't even know because that nigga knew what to do. I don't know. Maybe this is a white Georgian
Maybe
thing.
this is a white thing because yeah, they both use that same. I don't know. I feel like I blame TikTok. If I say you are iced and she gets down and guzzles a Pellegrino, I'm going to assume it's TikTok.
Yeah. I don't know. TikTok is hell.
She's gonna be like, what? So,
Mommy, what is that?
I'm like, okay, good. Okay, you answered my question. Thank you. So,
so they're being weird and white at the pool party.
Mm-hmm.
He has a dinosaur on his beach
and a rubber ducky.
It looks like, what he gives? He gives like he's retired in Vegas.
Oh yeah, baby, like Florida. He gives you Florida retiree. And on Wednesday we eat crabs, and on Thursdays we go boating.
Right. And AccuWeather and Mila show up, and and Rom-Com is a little jealous of their relationship. She don't say it in so many words.
It triggers them to see people vibing.
Yeah. They hate seeing people happy.
Yeah.
Big mood. So, the rest of the cast comes, Vincent has something to do. So, Brianna came by herself. And of course, their charity case page came too.
Oh, man.
She is. Because every link up when the girls and the dolls link up, it's
Miro didn't come
you look
because
good.
he had something to do.
He had to work.
But before everybody shows up, Rom-Com takes not Mila Kunis on a tour of the house, even though she's technically not had a full tour of the house. And, not Mila Kunis is like, wardrobe, let's go through it. Let's see what's happening. And that's when they, discover his Narniac gym.
Yeah.
And all of these things. And they get into convo. And this is where we see not Mila Kunis. I guess the table's flipping a little bit more like we saw earlier, because she's talking about how she did all this work while he was gone and how he didn't notice any of it. And apparently they had a similar issue the week before where he cooked dinner and told her he didn't feel appreciated. And their little quirks and stuff. They're trying to figure each other out as well. But like you said, fast forward, everybody shows up. And they're drinking and kikiing, and the girls go to see the house. The dolls are drinking and kikiing. And I've never seen Graham Crapper as hype as I saw him in that fucking gym.
Well, yeah, because that was his, that's where he relate. That's where his people, his mishpuka, like that's his people.
You're right, that's his thing. But he shows up in a Black Lives Matter t-shirt.
Yeah, that was Offred's.
So I thought that. But I was like, oh, is he trying to tell us something without telling us? He's like, oh, man, I don't know how I came off in them first 3 episodes.
Listen, my note said, AP is wearing a Black Lives Matter shirt that I'm sure is Offred.
Or Chad bought it for him.
Yeah.
Because if you Google Ryan Oubre or Ryan Married at First Sight, one of the top 3 questions is Ryan Oubre's brother. He bought that shit for him. But which one of them? One of them makes a super white girl statement. When Black Christian Weave lady is talking or whatever, it's not Mila Kunis. She goes, I never know when you're sarcastic or serious.
I mean, I had that same thought too, only because of how the question was. And the reason why I never know if she's sarcastic or serious is because she makes stupid decisions as well, which we see later on in the episode. So I'm not going. Normally, not Mila Kunis makes really white statements, almost to a fault, even though she's not wrong, but she could keep it to herself. That moment, I was like, no, I get it, because I don't know if you're serious or not, girl. Especially as how the episode ends.
And all the ladies are basically letting her know, like, this shit is some bullshit. Like, he's playing all over your face. Like, all these games and shit, this ain't it. And what are you going to do? And Black Christian Weave lady says, whatever the good Lord presents to me is what I will lead with.
Right, because she tells them that Chris or #Bless wants to talk again.
And essentially offered, it just gives her like a, oh, honey.
Yeah, all the girls are like, ugh.
Here you go with this bullshit.
They are sick of this nigga just as much as we are.
And this church.
Right. So,
Because she's
move on to...
she's programmed, friend. She's programmed.
Yeah.
Like, when she says
is.
shit like that, I just be like, do you hear yourself?
But you know what? It's hard to shake that stuff.
Yeah, no, I get it. I'm just like, wow.
And when you look at, like, rewatch the earlier episodes with her mother, like, you can see that kind of, like, this indoctrination of, But now we're at day 22 of the marriage. And, you know, Anderson .Paak is wearing that Black Lives Matter shirt. And they're going to a donut shop.
Which is cute.
He takes her on a donut shop date. Offred is my kind of girl. She likes donuts.
Yeah.
She likes to eat. She just doesn't believe in vegetables, which is a problem.
That's a problem.
Right.
What's your pee looking like, sis? Well, how about your bowel movements?
Yeah, I feel like she drinks a lot of water. She just don't eat.
I literally had that thought. I was like, she drinks water. However, she don't eat vegetables, and that is not good. Her poop is black.
Yeah. You gotta balance it out, mama.
Cause she said, "Oh man, I ate 2 packages of cookie dough." He said, oh, "I'm sorry, what?" She goes, "Yeah, I just been, we were supposed to make cookies, but you," and she's like, so I've been dipping and eating the cookie dough for 2 days. He's like, "What about vegetables?" She's like, "Yeah, I don't love those so much."
Yeah.
Aw, boo.
And he's a snooze. Like and he starts asking her about what motivates her, and she's like, damn, I just want to eat my donuts, bro. This is self-help.
I was dying. I died because this nigga went into a whole soliloquy. Well, the reason he was like, just nothing makes you feel like want to get up and just move to the next task, because I wake up and I work out and I set this time for this and I and that is my motivation is wanting to feel fulfilled and making sure that my life is blah 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 blah. And she's like, "Woo, nigga, I feel like I just got free donuts so that I had to listen to this bullshit."
Yeah. She's like, motivation, I get up to go to work because I have to pay rent.
That's
nigga. Like,
it. She basically gave him a big can't relate.
I was like, girl, same. I work to pay bills.
Woo, that was so good.
I felt seen. Oh, goodness.
Yes.
So we move on to Miro and Heather Headley, and he wants her to be indoctrinated into the Dominican culture. So he bought her a little whiteboard, which that whiteboard was from a bar.
Oh no, her mom bought that for them.
Oh.
He said, "I'm using the board your mom bought for us."
Oh.
Because they had their little names on it, and
oh, I thought it said Sam Adams. I'm sorry.
you motherfucker. No, nigga. She got them a custom shit that she ordered on Etsy within,
I swore, maybe it's just out of habit when you see those boards, it's just Sam Adams at the top.
Yeah, and it have scribbled. It'd be like, "Kiss your mom, call your mom today."
Right. Happy hour till 8.
Yeah. Margaritas 3 for 1. So.
Oh, I miss those. Not really.
No, not that bottom well liquor, nigga. Too old.
No.
But
I
he's
would
teaching her
die.
he's like, I just, when we're around my family, I want you to be able to engage. Like, I don't want you to feel left out. I want you to be a part, which I thought was nice. And this was really beautiful. Okay, all acid reflux aside, because I still feel it. They do a pan back to the wedding where they were having a conversation while they were eating, and he was like, I like to do a lot of outdoor activities, ride my bike, go hiking, all this and that. And she's like, yeah, I really actually want a bike. And so the last word on the board that he put is bicicleta. And he goes out and gets her a bike. He pulls a bike in that he surprises her with. And he's like, you know, she's my family. She's already an amazing wife. Like, the sky is the limit for us. I just really love her. And that was very thoughtful. I did love that. Aside from anything else, I feel I do love that he showed her that he was listening, and he's like, I'm paying attention. I want to show you you're valuable to me in this way.
It was so sweet and cute.
It was very thoughtful.
"Aw,
Very thoughtful.
thoughtful." But it changes. So, of course, you know, we got to stop listening to these people who be like, I don't know if I'm going to meet up with them or not, because
Yeah,
you know damn
you
well
gonna
you're
do it.
going to. And this is where I saw red.
Oh yeah.
And I am...
I'm gonna go get me some more Kool-Aid. God
Yes.
led me to meet with Chris.
This whole scene pissed me off. Like,
Starting with him walking in with yet another pair
goofy face.
of
Oh.
yeast infection pantalones. Just
Oh, I thought you were going to say a goofy face, because he walked in with that stupid goofy grin.
I hate his
was
fucking
like,
face.
oh,
I hate his
God,
face.
burn.
I hate his face. I hate his face. I hate his fashions. I just I hate
Yeah,
his hair.
he dressed the way you would think Mira would dress.
I am literally going to move right along with that.
And I don't mean Miro in real life. I'm talking about not Miro on the
I
show.
am going to shift along. Because yes. So
He dresses like, what's that Dominican poppy store, XIOS of Zeos?
I hate you. He
You know
dresses
which
like-
one, because they have one on Fordham Road, they have one in downtown Brooklyn, and they had one on 172nd.
No,
or
he give. I
170th
know he
Street.
gives you very much La Marina Day party. Yes, I know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yes, he does.
Yeah, it does.
But the whole reason he actually met up with her, and this nigga be coming out of his stupid greasy face. He was like, I was mad at you last week, but I'm good today. Who gives a fuck?
Who cares?
But he basically really meets up with her because he wants to grill her on her meeting with Darren Dance Grooves.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, well, DDG should have come to me before he met up with her. He's my friend. He's like, so he's cut off. I'm not fucking with that nigga no more. And so she calls him on his bullshit and asks, like, what the fuck are we really here for? Like, what's going on? What's happening? Because this is stupid. And he says, I haven't had any new revelations. So let's just be clear there. Let's start there. This is not
I
because I want to get
appreciated
back with you.
that. I appreciated that part. I was like, I haven't had anything new revelations. I was like, well, at least you're honest.
Yeah, but I feel her though. She's like, so you're wasting my fucking time? Viola
No,
Davis
she's-
grabs that purse and goes.
I also don't feel like her time was being wasted, because she wasted her own damn time for agreeing.
Oh, facts.
Because what makes you think that there was something going to be fruitful? Because it's not like, outside of him owing you an apology for embarrassing you on television, that could have been saved for the reunion.
You're now letting him play all over your face on camera. Because, so, she goes over to the producers. Producers tell her to keep it funky with him. Tell that nigga don't call you no more. Okay? Just stop having meetups with him. When the producers tell you to stop having meetups, they sick of the shit. They're like, we don't want to film these pointless conversations anymore. Tell that nigga to stop calling you. And she's like, I wouldn't have shown up if I would have known he was coming here. So this shows us right here that she was hoping that he changed his mind from last week.
She's so... I don't want to call her dumb, but I'm not gonna call her dumb.
Okay, yeah, that's good. That's good.
Like I said, I don't want to, but I'm going to.
Yeah, you dumb.
Because you made this whole point to that man in that orange tracksuit that fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me, and you are trickling into the fool me twice portion. Well, actually, you're in the... About to say, you're actually in the fool me twice like 4 times by now.
She has Jamaica Cove deep dived, nigga, into fool me thrice.
Yeah.
What? How do you say 8 like that? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Wait, what that video say? I'm gonna need some time. Like, how much time? 6, 11.
Yeah.
Like,
you were the octomom of foolishness. You know what I mean? Like, it's just
facts.
like, I don't get it, because this conversation turns into we need to start over.
These niggas have had 12 resets.
Okay.
But he manipulates her emotionally every time, and she falls for it because she goes back over there, and here he goes. I had my guards up. I was really afraid someone else was going to raise my child. And if I married somebody else, then I would, risk the chance of not seeing my child. Maybe she'll take my child and I won't get to blah, 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 blah. And I'm afraid I was going to fall in love with you. Bullshit, nigga. You know why that's bullshit? Because before you allegedly knew you had a child coming into this world, you said you weren't attracted to this lady. And then you told her bridesmaids you weren't attracted to her. And then you told production you weren't attracted to her. And then you told her you wasn't attracted to her. Then you told her you was growing in attraction to her. And then you told her again you wasn't. Like, you are playing all over her fucking face. So he's like, I felt like I might be making the wrong decision to make the right decision to make the wrong decision. And I'm afraid I was going to fall in love with you. And I've been negligent in taking care of my responsibilities as a husband. If she takes all of this into consideration.
Again, dumb.
He's like, you deserve to not be somebody's option. I have played all over your face. If we were under different circumstances, this would be different. No, it wouldn't. Because from the fucking wedding day, you told her bridesmaids you weren't attracted to her and she wasn't a fucking trophy wife. Then he asked her, and this is where I got the fuck pissed. He asked her what she wants. And she said, I want to give us a real chance. And these niggas are going to start over. Ew.
To quote Thorgy, ew, gross.
Yeah.
Like, at that point, she's Black Sarah. That's exactly who she is.
Yeah. You're choosing this at this point. You're choosing this. You're choosing this.
Like, who is in your sister circle? Where are they at so they could show you the magnificence that God created in leaving niggas alone?
Maybe you need to stop kicking it with rom-com and motherfucking Not Mila Kunis and go get you a couple Alfreds and some more Briannas, because both of them bitches be stewing in the corner like, this is fucking dumb.
Right. They can't wait for this nigga to be off the show.
Brianna be like, oh my God, I just prayed for her. I don't know what to do about this because this shit is dumb.
Alfred ready to lead a revolt.
She is a protest, my nigga. And I just, again, we understand where this comes from and the foundation of it and all of that. But at what point does your common fucking sense kick in? You really think, all right, let's go with your narrative. You really think God wants your ass to be dealing with this all over TV? all you have to do, because this was ordained by me, all you have to do is deal with this nigga's bullshit.
Child.
What? I promise, if you're a loyal, loving wife and you are willing to work this out 13 different times, I'm going to bless your life. That's what the fuck you think is getting ready to happen?
Listen.
That shit sounds reasonable to you?
Listen, I ain't trying to be no slave just to get to the promised land.
That's all I'm saying. Like, we can see heaven later. We got to live.
We got to live right now.
now. I'm gonna bash Mister's head now. Think about heaven later.
Okay. Oh God, that whole scene disgusted
Ooh, that
me. And
infuriated
I was like, you know what?
me.
I was like, you know what? They deserve each other. They both deserve all the things that happened to both of them.
I couldn't even give her the good praise that she deserved for being so moisturized.
Mm-hmm.
Cause she's so
was
dry inside.
Mm-hmm. I was like, this is Rudy Huxtable with the Vanessa personality.
Mm-hmm. Meg.
Mm-hmm. So, another annoying, weird and white moment. You know, evil villain of rom-com. They go to brunch. They talk about her allergic reaction to shellfish.
Mm-hmm.
But she also, I liken that story to how black people just be eating dairy, even though most of us are lactose intolerant.
Or how my sister decided to cure herself of her shrimp allergy. Every time she'd break out in hives, she'd just pull out a bottle of Benadryl. She's like, I'm just going to work my way through this.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I hear.
Right. She's like, if my throat's not closing up, your girl is good. The hives will go.
Valid. Girl, I get it. Mood.
So
Even still, just keep an EpiPen on standby, girl.
that's
just,
it.
Or
And
just
she
stick
does-
it in
she's a
your
whole
thigh while
nurse.
you with.
This bitch
Yeah.
she's been allergic to shrimp since she was 6. She's like, oh, well, I'm going to be a nurse because I want to eat shrimp.
Yeah. Just stick an EpiPen in your thigh and eat at Red Lobster with your shirt off.
That's exactly what she does. She'd be like, tonight, bitch, we making barbecued shrimp and char-grilled oysters. And I'm like, yo.
Like, ma'am, are we not allergic? No, girl, it's fine.
She's like, what do you
I'm
mean? This
just bathing.
Benadryl is my BFF. So,
Okay.
you know, but they're trying to be more light. She's trying with the lightness. He has bricks inside of him, so I don't know what light looks like for him. And then she
This
tells
is the
us
lightest he will be.
ever. And he still can't get this shit out of his head about her attraction to him. So, but she's like, I tried to live in Australia before and it didn't work out for me. It all fell through after a month. She's trying to be vulnerable. You know, mama is traveled. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, Prague, been there, done that, nigga. She's like, I know all the facts, all these things. And they seem to be trying to have a light moment.
So we cut to Heather and Miro go on a date. And I skipped the rest of rom-com and evil villains conversation because it was boring.
Yeah.
So yeah. So they go on a date, and she too was being thoughtful.
Yep.
She remembered some things from the wedding where he wants to incorporate more dancing and you know, all that good stuff. And because he's trying to get her, you know, immersed in his culture, she thought it would be cool to like, let's go salsa dancing.
Yeah.
So they start dancing, and of course she was like, you know, I'm a former dancer, which of course she is.
It makes sense.
Like, she looks like it.
She does.
And even when she was dancing, she reminds me of my friend Aisha K. Faines. She was over on Grapevine TV.
Oh, dope.
Like, I was just like, oh yeah, I see why y'all like favor one another to me.
Mm-hmm. As soon as somebody says they're a dancer, or used to be, I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. So,
Mama is body. She looks good. That was a pretty green. I don't know, aqua colored dress. I don't know.
it was pretty.
Cute.
All the girls on this show, all the black girls on this show are moisturized boots, beautiful ladies, beautiful women.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, them and Offred. Yeah, they because Offred just be there, but she's just the home girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Peggy just be chilling.
Yeah, everybody got that one white home girl. Yeah.
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 That's
yeah.
literally what she is. She the white
Yeah,
homie.
she's the white home girl.
Yeah.
Now this, he's like, I'm Dominican. I don't dance salsa merengue. I dance bachata.
Yeah.
But she's trying. She's trying, and he gets nasty and salty because he's not getting the dance moves right. And this is champagne gate all over again.
Yep.
This nigga's ego is so big and cracks so easily.
Listen, Fabergé egg. Okay.
What's more gentle than that shit? I don't know, cuz
Like, he is fragile. Must be
Boots.
Italian. Like, he cannot take any sort of criticism. He cannot take failure, which is so weird because you're an entrepreneur.
Well, that
Like-
concerns me because what happens when you face challenges within your business? Is your ego
Yeah.
gonna be so large that you don't communicate what's going on with your wife thoroughly because you don't want to appear a certain way? Or with anything, honestly, like how is that going to play into you all's future, your conversations, your vulnerability with one another when you literally cannot handle fucking up? Like you can't handle fucking up so much that you create worse circumstances. Because he ruined that whole date with his nasty ass attitude. He don't
He
want to
lost
be
his damn
there.
mind.
Yeah, he did. He didn't want to be there. He was upset. And she's always trying to pacify his feelings. She walks on eggshells when it comes to moments like these. You can see it already, which is a red flag. Because she, instead of just being like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, I sat here, I planned this whole thing. I thought it would be a nice outing for us. Nigga, we're not on Dancing with the Stars. We're not here to win money. You can't just have a good time. If you're not good at it, so what? But she's always like,
Right.
oh, are you okay? What's wrong?
Yeah.
Which plays right into that shit. And he's like, no, I'm not okay. This is a problem.
He turns into a child very quickly. And she's at her wits, so she doesn't know what to do. She makes a good point to like check in with him, but she's just like, I don't know. So we end with them.
And that's why his family they love him boots, but that's why they had those moments where they were like, because you can tell he has these ego flare-ups in these moments where he gets irrationally angry or stubborn or childlike. And your family knows you through and through. So they knew this was going to come up in some form at some point. Because these things also just literally bubble up. You don't know when they're coming because they be in nice, beautiful moments.
Yeah. We only see a snapshot of their day. But again, people will be like, well, I don't know. I just don't think they have as many issues as
No, they don't.
compared. And I feel like he's just a Dominican man. I don't know. Men from the Caribbean all act like that, so I don't really. So
But it don't make
maybe
it right.
maybe this is. I'm not saying it makes it
Oh,
right.
I know you're not, but I'm
just-
saying for the masses, it don't make it right. When a nigga is doing shit like this, he needs to go to therapy.
Which also won't happen because he's Caribbean. But
Where's my motherfucking tambourine?
but last but not least, and I'm about to make this very, very,
Thank
very,
you.
very short. So, although no, I do have something to say about this last scene. So AccuWeather and Mila have dinner at his condo, and they're having another check-in, which they do a lot. And eventually, I'm skipping over this one part to make a point, but they tell each other that they love each other, and that's the end of the episode. Now, while he's telling each other that they love, while he says it first because of course he does, and I was like, damn. White women have to suffer. Listen to their niggas play their music too.
Oh yeah, it's literally a white
I'm like,
mixtape.
I was like, yo, white women can't get rest either.
I was just glad he didn't sing because that's what I thought was coming. I said, oh, he about to come with that whiny, constipated ass. Like, I thought he wrote her a song.
Because you can see in her face, like, oh God, what if he's bad?
Yeah, which is valid, actually.
Yeah, like
It's valid.
I was just like, ooh, white women won't know peace either, honey.
It's bad. Like when you share music or, especially of people that you love, because you're trying to support.
Yeah.
I just don't share bad music. If I love you and you make bad music, I just.
Same. Like I've dated musicians before, and thank God none of their shit is whack. But I just also don't write a song about me.
Don't write no songs for me, nigga. I told you a nigga wrote me a poem. He called me his whiz. It was
like Khalifa?
No, like
Wizard?
Like Method Man. What did he say in You're All I Need? You'll be my whiz. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He let's just say in the poem there was a line that said, "Your pretty toes." Yeah.
Like in Better Love, I like the pedicures with no corns. Yeah. You got that Better Love.
I fucking hate that song so much. I hate Next. Like, I hate Next so much.
Too close.
No.
But that's the real slow.
Nasty. If a nigga gets a hard on in the club, that is a problem.
Yeah. Dancing like we're naked.
No.
Oh, the club was sexy.
Dancing like we naked, your meat slapping all over my thighs. Fuck out of here, nigga. This is not, this is creeping me out.
Anyway, that's the end of today's episode. We'll see you all next week.
Oh, yeah.
Or actually, we'll see you tomorrow. We on the main show.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
we'll see you on the main show tomorrow. It's a good time.
Oh.
Bye.
Bye.